So, I spent a significant portion of my early martial arts doing things like this. Right? We did hard blocks, and I was always taught that you smashed whatever come in. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes these are strikes, and that's fine. And at that point, yeah, you're trying to hit soft tissue to injure them. But as a block, that's kind of technically wrong. When I was young, and I did really hard physical contact sparring, I used to come home really beat up with lumps all over myself and little bumps on my bones. It was a disaster. As you find as you get older, these aren't meant to do that. If he throws a punch, my blocks, whether they're inside blocks or outside blocks, are meant to find an angle and expand into it, which allows you to continue your work. If you actually get to the harder karate and you find the angles on your inside blocks and your outside blocks, and you feel how to use your max, what happens is you're no longer using muscle, nor are you just banging with people anymore. If he punches, I want to cut that, and this is the way it loads me. It allows me to hit without damaging me. I understand traditionally a lot of guys smash things until they supposedly condition this to the point when they're old they can't move their hands anymore. But most of you are never going to do that. So you have two options. Either when it comes in you can find an angle, or you can give way. And you should know both, by the way. If he's pushing on me, back, you should understand how to give. Right? There are times you want to give so you can hit him. There are also times you feel like he's weak, you could come in and use that angle to disrupt him. So it's both sides of the coin, right? Sometimes you come in, sometimes you come out. Like upper block. If he's coming down, there's no way I want to do that. Like that hurts, I'm just thinking about it. But if I do this, and I let it ride, right? If you're like this, so you throw that block, and you let it ride, it comes in here, and now I can come in straight and do my work. But why do I want to do this? Number one, it's slow and it hurts. So what you have to learn to understand is, as you get better with this stuff, whatever you're throwing, your idea is not to clash with it, but to guide it. You either guide it by coming in and taking the angle, or you guide it by letting it go and letting him come into you. But if you resist, it's okay when you're young, but it's slow and it's damaging to your body over years. There's no reason to do it. But you want to practice all the time how, as I throw, as I come in, how do I yield, how do I cut angles, how do I destroy things coming in, how do I get around this. It's good to have him throw variety at you too, because it teaches you real quick that if you go to do like a block like this and the hook's coming, you're going to get wrapped. So you have to alter these sometimes as they come in. If it's more of a hook type shot, you're going to have to change your angle to get around that. Because when it's straight, like that's fine. But when it starts to circle, it's not going to be. What I like to do is I like to have people just slowly throw. Like this, one after another, to get a feel for the angles. You just do it over and over and over again until you get very comfortable with your blocking system. But remember, a lot of blocks are designed to deal with guys who are coming very hard and very straight. A lot of guys don't throw that way. You're going to have people who throw quicker. And those blocks don't work either. And at that point, you have to learn how to tap them, right? So that if it's not a committed blow where he's going to step through, you don't have the luxury of sitting there and going like this to stop it. It's just going to be a touch and go. So as it comes in, it's going to touch and go. Right? Touch and go, because it's a lighter hit, or it's a lighter punch. But it's not committed enough like this, where you can get an angle on it to push it away. So that's the next thing you got to work with it too. Make sure you work depth, where they're through. And you got to work where they're like pullback type shots, right? Because if I go like this and he's pulling it back, I pull it back. I can't, what am I going to do with that? Right? If that one is just a touch and I'm in. He throws deeper, yeah, I can do this, and now I can do that. So play with angles, play with letting them go, play with quicker stuff that doesn't require you to root and sit there, while they throw quicker things that you can't block like that. If you start mixing all your blocks up like that, they'll get much better. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please watch the next two. I think you'll find them very helpful.